on Smash History, we're going to try something a little different. Recently I made a video on my personal channel about what I think Shantae's moveset would look like if she was included in Smash Bros. As DLC. So MatPat said, that video was more of a theory. Wanna try it out on the Theorist's channel? And here we are. Let us know what you think. To help out, I'm joined by Artsy Omni. Omni, say hi.
Hello there. You might know me from the fake Rayman leak that I created for a show called Smashified, where my team and I take character suggestions and draw them in the Smash Brothers style. I'm here to help out.
So without further ado, Shovel Knight is arguably one of the most popular indie game characters right now, and Nintendo loves the guy. In fact, he's the first indie character to get their own amiibo, and the official Nintendo website even at one point claimed that said amiibo has functionality in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U.
Regardless of whether or not it was true, thousands of us still want to see Shovel Knight in Smash Brothers. But what would his moveset look like? We're thinking something like this.
Generally speaking, Shovel Knight would be pretty quick on his feet, but with lots of attacks that have some complicated setup or start lag.
As his name implies, Shovel Knight primarily attacks with his shovel, so naturally this would be his neutral attack. He can also swing his spade in the air, which could work easily as a forward aerial, and when he's climbing a ladder, Shovel Knight strikes with his back turned. This motion would make a great back aerial.
However, as one might expect, Shovel Knight also uses his shovel to dig, and it would be a missed opportunity if this wasn't utilized in Smash. His down tilt would do just that, working a bit like the villager's down smash. Digging could also work well in Shovel Knight's throws, digging at an enemy's feet and flinging them forward, back, or up. His down throw would be much more fun if it buries enemies like Donkey Kong's side special, but I could understand if that's a bit too broken for Smash.
Then there's the shovel drop, which works like Scrooge McDuck's pogo stick. This of course would be Shovel Knight's down aerial and would work a lot like Link's. What would be fun though is if you could bounce multiple times on an enemy but do a low amount of damage or knockback each time.
Shovel Knight can also purchase upgrades for his weapon. There's the charge handle, which would be perfect for his side smash, but it would also be neat if this move could reflect projectiles like the standard dig slash from Shovel Knight. The game, not the character. Well, I guess both could technically work here. There's also the drop spark upgrade. This allows Shovel Knight to shoot a projectile along the ground while he's at full health. You know, like the sword beam from the Zelda series. We think this would make a good down smash, with the spark traveling a short distance in both directions.
To wrap things up with the shovel, we have a couple more ideas. First up, for his up tilt, Shovel Knight could thrust his blade straight upward like his pose from the beginning of a level, but more attacky. Now this might be pushing it, but we think that the side tilt could come from Black Knight, Shovel Knight's rival, not to be confused with Fire Emblem's Black Knight, who got an amiibo costume. You see, when Black Knight fires his energy blast, he does so with a forward thrust motion. Again, this might be a stretch, but we think that this thrust would be a good move that has a bit more reach than the standard shovel strike.
When our horned hero isn't stealing thine shovel, he relies on using ancient relics. Take the Flare Wand, for example. It shoots fireballs. Bing bang boom, you got his neutral special.
His side special could be the Dust Knuckles, punching and dashing as if there was a block that Shovel Knight was smashing through. He could also wear these for his pummel after an opponent is grabbed.
Speaking of which, the fishing rod would be amazing as a grab in the same sense as Link's hookshot and Samus's grapple beam. This could snag an opponent, reel them in, and even grab edges.
For Shovel Knight's up smash, we were thinking that the throwing anchor would be a good choice. This would be similar to Snake's up smash, where charging the attack causes the anchor to be thrown slightly higher.
The obvious choice for his up special is the propeller dagger. Ordinarily, the dagger makes you dash to the side, but let's be real. There's not many other choices for a recovery move, and this just makes sense.
For Shovel Knight's down special, try to follow me on this. He could summon his mobile gear, which slowly moves forward, damages opponents that collide with it, and then vanishes after a period of time. However, Shovel Knight can hop on top of it like a platform to make it move even faster and deal more damage. There's a catch though. Any opponent can also hop on board the mobile gear and use it for themselves.
Shovel Knight's dodge could be his phase locket. Sure, a lot of people think that it would be a good down special counter, but aren't there enough characters with that exact same move?
As far as relics go, those make the most sense to us, but this indie game has even more bits and pieces that we can pull inspiration from. For example, you can work in the flip that he does while donning the golden armor as a double jump. And for his crouch, you could do the little leg crouch that you get when you press the down button.
What if for Shovel Knight's neutral aerial, he pulls out a chest and jewels fly out of it, much like Mr. Game & Watch's fishbowl? And for his up aerial, he could reach skyward like he does when catching Shield Knight in the Campfire Dream sequences.
This would also be a good time to mention that a final smash based on the Campfire Dreams would be a great choice. But some other ideas that we have for this would be a move based on the Warhorn relic, or maybe even summoning Tinker Knight's mech.
Let's quickly wrap this up with some ideas for taunts. Shovel Knight could take a drink from one of his Troupple chalices, perform the pose that he strikes after defeating a boss, and having that aforementioned chest appear that he can dig into with that classic jingle. That's all we've got for today. But you see this letter I that's in the corner of the screen? Click that and you can find the last episode of Smash History, where we talk about the moveset origins of Princess Peach, and also a link to Omni's channel. If you like this theoretical style, then feel free to leave suggestions in the comments or tweet me them at TrailerDrake.